Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about reasons why most quote unquote smart money concepts traders and quote unquote again institutional traders fail. Here's one of the most common reasons where I've also experienced and what I've also noticed on other SMC traders. This video is more on the psychological aspect of trading and a tiny bit of technical analysis. Again, you have to realize if you're new to this trading thing, you have to realize that trading is almost, I would say, 90 or even higher, 90% mind games, 90% a psychological battle. It's not all about technical analysis or fundamental analysis. In the end of the day, that's reasons why most traders fail. 95% of traders fail. Why most traders, new traders, think it's a simple thing to do, but ends up blowing their accounts. Reason why they blow up accounts: they don't follow rules. They, instead of managing their trades, trailing their stop, partialing, or having a decent RR take profit, or having a decent setup, they don't follow it because they get screwed with their psychological aspect or their mindset. Because again, if you're familiar with a prop firm, let's just say you are starting a challenge and your equity looks like this. You have a good setup. Your equity curve goes up, then you tell yourself, wow, this is a very great start. Now I'm gonna stick to my rules. I'm gonna stick to my entry criteria, structure. Number one is structure. Number two is POI, either supply and demand zones. Number three, confirmation, either a break of structure or Wyckoff. They're the same thing. Then you say to yourself, I'm going to do this for my future. This is for my long-term growth. This is my career. I'm still young. I can still do this. Then you receive a losing streak. And again, you have to accept the fact that you will have a drawdown. No matter how good of a trader you are, in the end, even though you have a 75% win rate, at some point there will be a time where you will have a losing streak slash drawdown, or a drawdown that is bigger than your previous drawdown. And when you get to this point, then you ask yourself, what's happening? What is this? Is this concept fake? What I'm seeing other traders making 10%, 20% a month consistently. Should I just copy them? Should I just enter their course, buy their course? Should I use indicators? Oh, I heard a AI or an EA I mean, that consistently goes at 10% with zero drawdown. Should I try that out? Then you start thinking to yourself, is there something wrong? But in the end, you have to realize that this starting curve, this is a healthy equity curve. This is also another equity curve, even though you started on a drawdown when you started trading on that challenge account, for example. Remember, again, you need to think of the long term. This, let's say this on this time frame, this is less than a month. Because again, a challenge, most of the challenges are only 1 month on the first challenge. And when you see that type of equity curve, you have to realize, you have to think, am I not so you have to do a review on your trades where you entered. Am I following my entry criteria correctly? Am I following on how I manage my trades correctly? Am I exiting trades correctly? Then if all of those check out, then it's just probably part of the game. There is a season, again, there is a season where you will get drawdowns and losing streaks. And again, if you're using quote unquote smart money concepts where we follow the footsteps of institutional or big banks, then we use very high RR trades every single day, 1 to 50 RR, easy. You have to realize a good rule of thumb is the higher the RR, the lesser the win rate. The higher the win rate, the lesser the RR. You have to realize, doesn't mean you are quote unquote trading the footsteps of institutions, then you won't get stopped out, or you won't have losing streaks, or a season where you will have multiple losing trades. You have to realize that we are just retail traders, and that's why we risk manage small. That's why we manage trades. That's why we have a strategy, since we can never predict the market. We are just speculators. You have to remember, again, this is why most SMC traders fail, because they expect, oh, they see people selling courses, oh, 1 to 50 every single day. Easy, 100% win rate. No, you're wrong. Having a very high RR trade, if you don't manage it, if you just hold it long, you will have what? Maybe a 10%, 20% win rate. But you have to realize, it's all mind games. Do you get the point here? A 20% win rate. So every 8 trades, in 10 trades, let's say we have 10 overall trades. 8 of those trades are losing trades. 2 of those trades are winning trades. But let's just say we average on 50 RR per winning trade. Now you have to realize that 1 RR is your loss. So you have a total of 8 losses, 8 RR loss. But you won 100 RR. So we minus 8 minus 100. So you would have what, 92 or something. It's good on paper, but you have to realize that when it comes to real trading, if you're so good in demo and backtesting and forward testing, everyone can relate to this. When you start going on a live account, you then screw things up. Let's say on a demo, forward testing, on backtesting, your equity looks like this. Very healthy. Just minor pullbacks continue. But when you do the live trading, it looks like this. Bam. Oh, massive up. Bam. Massive up. Oh, this is easy. Easy. I got this. I have what? 1 more week. Then you start over trading. You over leverage. You over risk on your trades. Then you fail it. Either hitting the max drawdown, daily drawdown, or the time limit. You have to realize that you can see a huge difference between simulated trading and the real trading. Why is there a difference? Again, they're the same thing. They're just trading on the same price chart, on the same currency, on the same strategy. But why does this happen? Because again, in the end, this is all just mind games. You have to realize that you need to always stick to your rules. Because, and I've done this multiple times. When you have an equity curve starting up like this, oh gosh, I'm so good. I'm sticking to my rules. Then you did stick to your rules. You manage trades properly. Then you start hitting losers. Because again, if you have high RR trades, then you will have very low win rate. Hence, giving you losing streaks. Then you see this. Then you start overthinking trades. Trades where you have step 1, structure. Let's just say we have this strategy. Step 1, structure. Step 2, supply and demand zones. Then confirmation. And then even though price gave you these free things, you don't take it because you're afraid of losing again. But you don't realize, if you don't take those trades that price has given you, then you're messing up your back testing or your forward testing. Because what are you doing with your forward testing or back testing? You're entering when price gives you your entry criteria. Then if you don't enter in those entry criteria, you then miss a lot of trades. What I mean by this is, let's say we have the final criteria, a break of structure, then you didn't enter. Then it ends up to be a winner. Then you think to yourself, oh man, I wish I entered on that trade. I wish I entered. Then that was so easy. Then you start seeing trades where you start seeing setups where you shouldn't take. Then you start losing again, and not following your rules because you have a fear of losing more. But you have to realize that in the end, life is a there is risk to reward aspects in life. You took the risk, you spent the money on a challenge account. So you know the risk that you could lose, but the reward is massive, huge reward. Sorry, I'm getting a little off topic here, but the main point is you have to be careful on overthinking trades. When you're facing this, you start to overthink a lot. You then don't follow your entry criteria, even though price has given you, the market has given you a valid entry criteria. You then don't enter it, since you are in a massive drawdown and you think to yourself, man, what should I do? Should I just not trade? Should I just give up? Should I just not trade? Should I not just trade? Because you're overthinking that the next trade will be a losing trade and the next trade will be a losing trade again. Then if you're thinking that, then you have to realize, if you think that the next trade will be a losing trade and the next one will be a losing trade, then you don't have confidence on the strategy. Meaning, you have to step back, reanalyze your strategy, practice it, familiarize, have confidence on it. So in the end, when price gives you the entry criteria, you then enter with confidence, since you know that that strategy will give you consistent growth for a long period of time. So again, this is why SMC traders fail. Because if they face this, they either overthink and don't take trades, or they change their entry criteria. They change minor things. But the thing is, even though it's minor, they change multiple minor things. Now, what I mean is, if you take a losing trade, just for example, what is a good example here? Okay, let's just say on this one. For example, this is just an example, okay? Remember? So if you entered on this, let's just say there's confirmation on there. What I mean by minor things is how you trail your stop, how you partial, how you put your take profit, how you put, and how you enter. Now you can change those things, but remember, you have to change it one at a time if you want to optimize your strategy that suits for yourself. So what I mean is, if you see a problem where price goes down immediately after it reaches 4RR on your setups, then try to put partials on within that 4RR range. So you're changing things at a small pace, on minor things. Focus on partialing. This is what I see SMC traders do. They see a problem on their entry, then they change their view on Wyckoff or how they would enter. At the same time, they would change how would they partial. At the same time, they would change where would they put their take profit, either on this liquidity high or on this supply zone over here, the open of the supply zone. Then they change how they trail their stop. Do they trail aggressively or in a conservative manner? Then this is the part where you change minor things, but at the same time, they start stacking up and end up to be a massive change on your strategy. And when you have a massive change on your strategy, then everything, all of your data when you did backtesting or forward testing gets dumped in the bin, since you've changed multiple criterias on how you enter, exit, and manage trades when you're in a position. So I hope you guys get my point here, that stick to your rules. I know this is repetitive. You hear this all the time. But again, this is why people keep saying it over and over and over, because people don't listen to it. So again, these are just reminders. Even though you are in drawdown on your equity curve, remember to always follow your rules, stick to it. Don't have the feeling where you analysis paralysis, where you don't take trades because you overthink that this is going to lose. Have confidence in your strategy, back test it. Don't take a challenge if you haven't tested your strategy. Because in the end, remember, this is a long-term career. This is not a get rich quick where you make profits in 2 months, then get out. Make profits in 1 month, then get out. Remember, we are doing this for our long term. So again, thank you for watching on this psychology video. This is my first time talking about psychology, and I can show you a bit of technical analysis maybe on EU. So a great starting week. Currently it's on Tuesday at the time of this filming of this video, and I had 3 trades already on Tuesday. I had a losing trade over there, over here, as you can see. POI gave confirmation, stopped out, because again, doesn't mean we're SMC traders, quote unquote institutional traders. We don't take losses. Again, we will have losses and drawdown periods. And have this beautiful setup over here. 0.1.3 pip stop. Partialed here, broke even. Price went above rapidly, partialed here again. Still at break even. And price is currently at this point planning to partial on this supply zone over here and take profit over here, because reason why is I want to sell to bring it lower, since overall we are in a downtrend. As you can see, price has been breaking. So another beautiful entry over here, as you can see, clear break of structure, meaning a shift of order flow. The price tapped into this beautiful demand zone over here, and as you can see, a beautiful confirmation. Absolute beautiful. Selling climax, ST, STNB, a phase 2 schematic, break of structure, confirming it. As you can see, there's a fake out here. I didn't enter since it didn't tap my POI. But if you got stopped out, again, remember, there will be times where you get stopped out, and there will be times where you get massive winning trades. So I partialed over here aggressively. Thankfully, price moved impulsively, so it helped on my psychology a bit. Again, we get emotional. We're humans. 9RR locked in. Partialed at 9RR and drilled my stop. Currently running 40RR on the take profit. So I hope you guys learned something. And thanks for watching. See you soon.